I knew the moment would come the second he smirked. The air in the room went cold, though the candles on my daughter's cake still flickered in soft pink light. My father's hand was heavy with envelopes, stuffed with cash for my sister's kids. iPads, brand new, glimmering under torn wrapping paper. My brother's twins squealed as they ripped theirs open. Laughter bounced off the walls like it belonged to someone else's house. Then his hand paused, hovered over my daughter. He looked at me, not her, and with that smirk, a cruel tilt of his lips, he said, "She doesn't count as family." The words sliced through me like a blade. My little girl blinked, trying to understand. My mother looked away, shame in her silence, and no one else said a word. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I simply took my daughter's hand. We walked out, leaving the laughter and torn paper behind. That was the last moment they saw me as the quiet one. I used to believe blood was enough, that family was a bond unbreakable, no matter the strain. I carried them when they stumbled, paid their bills when jobs slipped through their fingers, put their cars in my name, covered hospital expenses, covered everything. They called me dependable, reliable, the one who always had it together. My father especially leaned on me, praised me when the checks cleared, dismissed me when the favors were done. I swallowed it for years, for the illusion of unity, for the hope that one day, when I needed them, they would rise for me. That illusion shattered with 6 words: "She doesn't count as family." My daughter's tiny hand squeezed mine as we drove home. She didn't cry. She didn't ask why. She just stared out the window, her silence louder than any sob. That silence rewired me. It was the click of a safety off a gun. I stopped being their provider that night. I became their executioner. I didn't rage. I didn't drink. I sat at my desk while my daughter slept, opened my laptop, and began cutting their lifelines one by one. First, the money. My father's bank account was cushioned every month by a quiet transfer I'd set up years ago. He thought it was a given, untouchable. With one keystroke, I ended it. Second, the SUV. A shiny black beast parked in my brother's driveway, insured and registered in my name. He drove it like he earned it. I canceled the lease. Tow company would be there by sunrise. Third, the cards. My sister's family had credit lines tied to my accounts just until they got back on their feet. They'd been standing on my shoulders for years. I cut them loose. Declined transactions would announce my revenge better than any words could. Piece by piece, I dismantled the foundation they built from my labor, and I did it with a calm smile. By morning, their world shifted. My sister called first, her voice high-pitched, frantic. "The grocery card isn't working. Did something happen?" I let it ring. Then my brother, "Tow truck's taking the car. What the hell is this?" I silenced the call. Finally, my father, his voice cracked with fury. "What did you do?" I answered him, calm, even. I took back what was mine. The silence that followed was sweeter than any apology he could never give. I didn't seek them out. They came to me. 3 days later, they were at my door. My mother hung back, wringing her hands. My sister's face was pale with fear, my brother's with rage. And my father, he looked smaller than I'd ever seen him. "You can't do this," he said. "We need you." Those words, "we need you." Not "we love you," not "we're sorry," just "need." I let them stand there, desperate, while my daughter peeked from behind my legs. She wasn't afraid. She was watching, learning. I crouched down to her level and said loud enough for them to hear, "Sweetheart, in this house, you count. You'll always count." Her eyes lit up. My father's face fell. My brother swore. My sister cried. And I closed the door. The ripple spread fast. Without my money, my father's generosity dried up. The man who once bought loyalty with my bank account had nothing left to give. My siblings stumbled without the safety nets I'd woven under them. Their pride cracked, their resentment festered. They whispered to neighbors, painted me as cold, ungrateful. But the world saw through them quickly. Years of their excess weren't secrets. They were receipts. I didn't chase reputation. I didn't defend myself. I didn't need to. Watching their empire of entitlement collapse was enough. I used to think revenge was fire, loud, consuming. But I learned it's quieter than that. Revenge is subtraction. It's silence. It's the sudden absence of the hand they always expected to hold them up. My father hasn't spoken to me since. My mother tries, sometimes, but I keep my distance. My siblings, bitter, broken, avoid me like the plague. And me? I'm lighter. I no longer carry their weight. My daughter laughs louder now. She sleeps without the shadow of comparison. She knows she is wanted, counted, cherished. That night at her birthday when my father smirked, he thought he diminished her. But he only revealed himself. And in that revelation, I found clarity. They cut her out of the family, so I cut the family out of us. For the first time in years, we are free.